to make at home. My intention is always to inspire. And one of the things about food is I always say, I never personally step into the kitchen without setting an intention. So I invite you to that too. I feel that it makes the food a lot more magical. So these are going to be a cacao mint chip protein balls. And I always say chocolate loves you back. So it's a beautiful thing to make, and you can have that for dessert or breakfast or a little protein snack in between the day. So what you want to do is you can see over here, if you don't have a double boiler, you just get a pot that fits into each other and put some nice hot water. And then what I did was, in that pot there, I added in cacao wafers. So you want to get some cacao wafers. So that's what creates your chocolate base. So as that's heating up, then what I do is I add in a little bit of agave, a little bit of sea salt, and some coconut oil, high grade coconut oil. So the nice thing about these protein bars is they're full of superfoods. And so the coconut oil is what's really gonna bind it. So you wanna melt that all in the pot. So as you can see here, I had this on the stove, and then I stirred that till it melted. For the sake of this, I'm not gonna give you every single step here. I'm just gonna explain it. I have the recipe below for you. So then what happens is, as you're stirring it, so my wand of hearts. So again, also too, I wanna encourage you that as the person preparing the food, you have an opportunity to infuse love for yourself and for others. So you want to mix that up until it gets nice and wet, and then turn off the heat. And then what you want to do is add in cacao powder, superfood full of magnesium. I like to add just a little extra high grade chocolate powder to just add a little less bitterness, I would say. And then you want to do is get some peppermint oil. It's a little harder to find. Not every store carries it. You want to go easy on the peppermint oil because it's like, can go to the point where it's too much. And so I'll have the recipe below. And then you want to get any kind of high grade, your choice protein powder that's vanilla, that doesn't have a lot of flavor, and you add that in too. So you keep mixing and mixing and mixing it, and you take it off the heat now, because what we want to happen is we want it to be, it's going to be first really smooth. You want to get it smooth in the first step, and then on the second step what you want to do is to dry it up so that you can actually handle it. It's going to be maybe under 5 minutes. You're going to want to wait till it's cool, because you want to handle it when it's not too wet so you can roll them into little balls, but you don't want to leave it out and then not go back to it, because then it'll get too hard. So it's just a small process, but you want to stay with your food and really, be present with your food. And so what we're gonna do here is, now you can see you want to take up the consistency. You want to make sure it's kind of gummy a little, and you just roll it into these sweet little balls. It's just super easy. That's it. And then what I like to do is, your choice, you can do cacao nibs too. In this instance, I like mini. You want to get mini ones so they're not too big, but mini. I like milk chocolates and my sweet milk chocolates. And then what I did is I put it into a bowl, all these little chocolate chips, and then I go ahead and just roll it. So let me move this over so you can see me better. You want to just go ahead and roll the balls, and then again, just kind of reform them. And then what you get is a really pretty ball with a little mint chips, and you just put it on a platter and you keep going. These don't require to be in the freezer, but you do want to keep them in the fridge so that they'll set nicely, and then you can just grab them as you go. So I'm going to go ahead and make a few more so you can see a few of them together. Again, it's kind of a gummy consistency, and you can make them any size you like. I think that's so rich and decadent. You don't need them to be too big, because just one little one is so rich. It's like having a gorgeous truffle. You don't need much for it to be impactful. And so again, I'm rolling it in with the little mint chips. And then we got a second one going right here, and then I'm gonna keep going. So there you have it. Recipe is gonna be below. Let me know if you gave it a go. I'm telling you, if you make this, it's gonna be like a new addiction at home. Easy, lovely thing to have on hand. They store for a long time. Oh, and another bonus, let me just tell you, and I'll also take a bite of it. One of my clients told me, and it was such a smart thing, so I made some peppermint tea, which I like to brew my tea, and not just dunk a tea bag in, so I've got some gorgeous peppermint tea brewing, and we're gonna have, I invite you in my kitchen, so I hope for this moment while you're watching this video, feel like we're sharing a moment here and that you keep passing that sharing on. So, some peppermint tea, some protein, cacao, mint chip peppermint balls. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite. So warm and creamy and decadent. You get the peppermint, and then outside you get a little crunch, so it's like moist with a little crunch. I think I have chocolate for sure on my hand, probably on my lips too. It's like a got milk moment, but with cacao. And then I'm just gonna take a sip of the peppermint tea. This is a killer combination, a great way to unwind, or if you're gonna have friends over and you wanna know what to make. I hope you feel inspired, kitchen heart.